Starseeds, Indigo children, Sun children, high vibrational beings, and etc., etc. Those of that frequency who are down here to operate from that mode of frequency have been under a major attack for God knows how long. Now, I will say some star seeds may not be under attack, or their frequency may be too strong, or they're just very diligent on their frequency on a daily basis, so they may not be getting attacked as hard. They may be getting attacked, but maybe it's not working, or maybe they aren't being attacked because they've just mastered their frequency. So you can master your frequency and not be attacked, but there are a lot of star seeds that are attacked. And I think the point of realizing you're under attack is to fix your frequency and not even so much raise it to where it needs to be, because it's more of consciousness. You start with your consciousness. So you become more conscious and you plug into, the universal mind and all that. And you just do the work to better your frequency, to get on a lighter frequency, you know? The lower frequencies are heavy. The higher frequencies are lighter. So you'll start to feel lighter and all that. But that affects reality. You being on a high vibrational frequency, and if you're able to tip the scale and raise it high enough, like, it will affect this whole planet, okay? Everything. And there are entities down here that want to have a certain level of darkness and manipulation and control and domination and all that. And they will attack your frequency and try to get you to plug into fear. And they'll attack you and just basically try to make you give up on what you were trying to do. Because, I mean, they have to keep the system going the way that it's going. Now, it doesn't have to go the way that it's going. Like, we could have a better system operating at a higher frequency. But anyways, I digress. The point is, a lot of indigo children, if you consider yourself to be that, star seeds and sun children, have been being attacked by. There's a lot of different types of beings in the lower astral realm and from other frequency worlds and all that. There are some beings out there that are amphibians. There's some beings out there that are, reptilian. There's some beings that are all types of things. There's insectilians. There's, whatever and anything is out there within the all, within the mind of the all infinite living mind, okay? And anything and everything is possible, okay? More than possible. But you become a threat when your frequency raises and you are no longer plugged in to this world quite like you used to be. Like, you might still watch some TV shows or you might still do some things down here, but you're not just as engaged as you used to be. You're not pouring out those low frequencies like you used to be when you were a teenager or in your 20s and you were just running wild and just doing crazy stuff, partying a lot, or just whatever, getting into devilment. When you raise your vibration, like, none of that matters. Like, none of that low vibrational frequency stuff matters. You just want to just have peace. You don't care about the chaos of the world. Like, when you're younger, sometimes the chaos of the world looks, fun, and you want to get involved in it. You want to dip your toes in the water, so to speak. Well, I've had my whole legs in the water for many years in the low frequency spectrum of things, and I'm done. It's old. And also, you can get caught up and you can just get caught up in your emotions and things just happen. Like, you can be traumatized by stuff that happens in your life and all that. And so but yeah, like, starseed children, indigos, sun children, okay, you get attacked when you try to raise your frequency. You start seeing people behave differently and acting like they're trying to sabotage you. You know, maybe family members, maybe friends. You keep seeing the same people in certain places. You know, maybe you start noticing that people are following you in the grocery store when you go out shopping, or you constantly get mobbed, or it seems like you get mobbed like when you're out shopping or you're going someplace. It's like mobs of people are in the store, coming around different corners, startling you and messing up your frequency. A lot of these people are organic portals, possessed and straight up body snatched by lower astral realm beings, you know, insect beings, parasites, all that stuff, larvae, you know, beings, whatever, all that stuff is real. And those beings exist, but they exist on a lower frequency. And they basically are allowed to come to this earth game and try to possess and drain the energy of higher vibrational beings. Or they may just do it to somebody who, you know, is unaware and their frequency is low and they just don't care and they're just ignorant and they just use them and possess them with ease. It's harder to, you know, possess a high vibrational being if their frequency is too high, obviously. So stuff like gang stalking, you know, certain tactics, it's more like psychological tactics aimed at your mind to mess with your head. It's a plethora of them. You know, you get followed around, you hear noises, you know, you see people having loud conversations, and as soon as you leave, they stop, or they're not doing it before you walk up. You know, of course, the stalking in the grocery store, people staring at you, frequencies being shot at you, energy weapons, all that. It's all part of that amphibian, if you want to call them aliens or interdimensional technology. That's part of that low frequency agenda to dominate the world and to keep people oppressed to a certain degree. Now, once you raise your vibration high enough, your consciousness and all that, and you stay dedicated to living a life, um, you know, to the cause of the higher frequencies, then things will change. I've noticed it in my life too. Like I went through heavy gang stalking and manipulation. Um, and like, yeah, it's just, it's crazy what you can experience. And so, you know, the number one thing to remember is to protect your energy. Okay. These beings that reside in the lower astral realm, they can come in and out of this plane of existence whenever they want. And they can do it non-physically. They can do it, you know, physically. They can take on a physical avatar, whatever. They can astral project or whatever. Um, and they'll come down here and they'll mess with you, you know, if they don't like you raising your frequency or talking about conspiracies or exposing certain things that, you know, they just don't want you to. And they'll try to ruin your whole life, your whole mind, everything. Okay. Now, their technology will fail. Their little crap that they do will fail if your frequency is high enough. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm I've been in the process of doing the work, but like every day my frequency is getting higher. And I've been attacked for it. I've been gang stalked. I've had all of that stuff. Followed, people manipulating me online, on the internet, all that, gaslighting me. You know, gaslighting is crazy. The gaslighting is insane when you're targeted. But the thing to remember though, my indigo children, my sun children, my star seeds, if you consider yourself that. I don't even go by any of those terms, but thing to remember is that you can plug into unconditional peace. It's already within you, okay? And it's within the universe, within the frequency of the sun and the higher frequencies that are already here. And you can plug into that, and even in the midst of some chaotic stuff going on, you'll be at peace. And then the chaos will start to subside and there will be more peace. The more you practice daily, the more you work on yourself, the more you work on your vibration, the more you do the work, you will feel peace. It'll be an unconditional, incomprehensible peace that truly goes beyond any comprehension or understanding that you might try to use. It just is, man, and it's always been here and always will be here. Just like fear will always be here. If you want to tap into that, you want to play the fear game, go for it. That's what they want you to do. They want you to watch the news and be scared. They want you to be scared of everything and be on pins and needles and, or at least like 50% there, somewhat paranoid at times and all that, or apprehensive about certain things. And, once you do the work and raise your vibrational frequency, it's like, yeah, you realize that there's no time for fear. There's nothing to fear. And once you realize you're interconnected with the infinity of the universe itself and beyond, or however you want to see that, then you'll really understand that there's nothing to fear. What is there to fear when you are interconnected with an infinite living mind? Okay? And that's all I got to say about that for now. I just want whoever watches this video to keep your head up and stay strong, my friend.